Today we're going to be replacing the rocker cover gasket on this Corsa C, as it's been leaking for some time and quite badly. First up, we need to remove this huge coil pack, and you'll need a T30 Etorx bit for that. So I've got the bolts out, now the connector, just press the tab there and pull it off. So the coil pack was stuck on this one and we had to just gently wiggle it out, and we did end up getting a screwdriver in there, as there's quite a lot of oil on those O-rings, so we're going to clean that up. So we've got an Etorx socket on it, E10, and we'll just undo these bolts now. You can use an 8mm socket, I'm led to believe. So I've got them loosened off. It's just under there. So this fitting just slots in there, so we've wiggled that out and we can now get to that hidden bolt. So this is the point where we have to make a decision. We either remove these two hoses, which I understand are just air, then we can fully remove the rocker cover away from the car, or we could just flip it and leave it all attached. Well, I've got these hose removal pliers. You can just use regular pliers, but the difference is that these will actually latch on and wiggle the clips up and then just release like so. So we should be able to fully remove the rocker cover now. I find if you give these pipes a twist and then pull, don't just pull, twist, and you can hear them give. And all these bolts are captive, so they should all stay in place. And we'll just wiggle it round this plastic to the left, and then we can remove the old gasket. So we need to have a good clean up round here. The first thing I'm going to do is have a wipe round with a rag just to get the thick off, and you can see where it's been oozing out anywhere on the outer surface. Any oil residue there means trouble regarding oil leaks, and do the same with the rocker cover. So what we need is to maybe have a light pass with a blade just to get some of this oil staining out. Okay, so we've had a good clean up, and I'll just give it a little dust round just to get any loose materials on this cloth rather than in the engine bay. Now, you may find a bit of wet and dry will help remove some of the more severe oil staining and clean everything up a little bit better than a razor blade, as razor blades can dig. Just a bit of fine grade and go steady with it. So now it's time to fit the replacement gasket, which is nice and supple. So when fitting this gasket, there'll be a really obvious way that it goes, like so, and just work your way around. It's actually quite a good gasket, this, because you see in here there's little spaces just to keep everything tight, so we'll make sure it's pushed firmly in. So it's now time to fit the gasket. You can see we've got an extra pair of hands holding that away. There's things this side what will hinder you, and we've shuffled it in. So the next thing to do is just visually check around every corner, making sure it hasn't broke free before we torque these bolts down. So we've dialed in 8 Newton meters to the torque wrench, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work middle out. So I'm just going to work with the outer ones first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, don't forget about this bolt here. So we've set all these to the torque and rechecked, and it's time now to put the coil pack in. And that is one rocker cover gasket changed. Why not subscribe to learn of more low cost repair solutions?